Welcome to the Soul Code, a podcast where numbers, creativity, and intuition guide you back to the truth of who you are. I am your host, Kendra LaVonne, numerologist, artist, and creative coach. For over 25 years, I have helped people around the world discover their path through the sacred language of numbers and the healing power of art. Whether you are a life coach, a caregiver, a creative, or simply curious about how to live more purposefully and in alignment with your authentic self, this podcast is for you. Each episode will explore how numerology can unlock insight into your life purpose, your timing, and your soul blueprint. We'll also dive into intuitive art making, spiritual cycles, and the deeper connection between creativity and consciousness. This is a space for truth, beauty, and transformation. One number, one brushstroke, and one breakthrough at a time. Subscribe now and join me on this journey. Let's decode the soul together. Welcome back to the Soul Code Numerology. I'm your host, Kendra LaVonne, and today we're diving deep into something I hinted at in the last episode. Something I truly believe is foundational to understanding the energy behind numbers. Today we're going to talk about the cosmology of numerology. Now that might sound like a big phrase, but really it's about asking this simple question: what is the universe made of? And what does it have to do with you? You've probably heard that everything is energy, that we're all made of vibration, light, and sound. Well, numerology is the map of that vibration. Numbers are the patterns, the codes, the blueprints of consciousness, not just a personality chart, but the entire universe. Today, we're going to explore how numerology connects to the structure of reality and how understanding this can help you shift from 3D thinking to 4D awareness and even 5D co-creation. So take a breath, open your heart, and let's explore the deep meaning of numbers that are guiding your soul's journey. Have you ever wondered why certain numbers follow you? Or why does the same pattern show up on clocks, receipts, or dreams? What if numbers are the architect of the universe itself? So what is cosmology in this context? When most people hear the word cosmology, they think of stars, galaxies, black holes, and other origins of the universe. Yes, that's one layer of it, but what I've come to understand is that cosmology isn't just about the outer universe, it's about our inner one, the soul's journey, the patterns that repeat across time, space, and energy. In spiritual numerology, we look at numbers as more than measurements of data points. They are alive, they carry frequencies, they speak the language of the cosmos. To the ancient mystics like the Babylonians, the Egyptians, the Kabbalists, and Pythagoras, numbers were sacred, not symbols of quantity, but they carry quality. Each number held a spiritual vibration, a cosmic function. Pythagoras, who's credited as the father of numerology in the Western world, said, "All is numbers." What he meant by this: everything in the universe is governed by pattern, cycles, geometry, harmonics, and underneath it all, numbers are the architecture of reality. So when you study numerology, you're not just reading a chart, you're tracing the divine blueprint, the soul's imprint on the fabric of the universe. And when you begin to see numbers in this way, you stop being just a birth date or repeating time on the clock. They become messages from the universe itself. Now, let's talk about numbers as universal frequencies. Once we began to see numbers as living frequencies, not just digits, but divine expressions, we unlock an entire different relationship with the universe. Numbers aren't flat, they are vibrational. They are energetic archetypes. Each one holds a tone, a lesson, a rhythm. They mirror the movement of consciousness itself, from source into form and back again. Let's walk through the waves of numbers 0 through 9, not just as steps on a path, but as frequencies in the cosmic symphony. Okay, so I'm about to tell you a story of the universe, the story of our creation, and our own hero's journey. Starting with 0, the cosmic womb. This is source, all that is and ever will be, where all possibilities exist. And in that, we come to 1, the Big Bang, the divine spark, the I am, the sun. This is the origin point, the moment of conception, of thought, of soul, of purpose. It's new beginnings, forge ahead and start of consciousness, self-awareness. It's the atom, light. Its frequency of individuality, initiation, and raw will. And then we come to 2, the sacred mirror, duality, the moon, where 1 stands alone, 2 reflects. The mirror of the shallow self. It introduces polarity, light and dark, yin and yang, self and other, the number of illusion, of separation, the divine feminine, creativity, conception of life, time. It is connection, the first taste of harmony, balance, and emotional awareness. Then we come to 3, the expression of creation. If 1 is the spark, 2 is the interaction, 3 is what is born of that union. It comes forth of life. It is the word. It is sound, 3D reality, space, first form, divine movement. It's the number of joy, play, creativity, divine self-expression. It's where energy dances. 4, we come to the foundation of earth. Here we build, we stabilize, we create structures, systems, and sacred architecture. It's the 4D reality of creation. It's the sacred routine of prayer and meditation, divine direction. 4 represents the material world, but also the discipline needed to manifest the soul into form. And then we become 5, the exploration of matter. 5 disrupts, it liberates, it moves energy when things get too rigid. 5 senses, 5, the 5th element of ether, the representation of man, going beyond the known. It is change. This is the number of freedom, curiosity, sensuality, and the spirit of adventure. Then we come to 6, and she nurtures, discovering our surroundings and connectivity. 6 brings us into the heart. It's the frequency of responsibility, service, beauty, and unconditional love. Development of emotional intelligence, the healer, unconditional love. 6 heals the wounds left by the 5 energy of chaos and brings harmony back into the home and soul. And then we become 7, the seeker, wisdom, knowledge. 7 is the bridge between the material and the metaphysical. It asks us to grow within, to question, to study, to meditate. It's the vibration of spiritual depth, intuition, and cosmic truth. 8. Then we become the masters of energy. Here we move into power, not just personal, but universal. 8 teaches about karma, cycles, money, authority, and developing systems of order and flow. It's about how we manage energy on a grand scale. And then we come to 9, the great integrator of universal love. 9 is completion, the ending of the beginning, the closing of a sacred loop, encompassing all numbers, transformational. It holds wisdom, compassion, and global universal consciousness. 9 asks, what are you ready to let go of? And how are you here to serve? And then it all resets. From 9, we spiral into 1 again. Only now, it's not the same 1. It's a new octave, a higher frequency of the same soul cycle. This isn't a straight line. It's a spiral of evolution. Understanding these number frequencies gives us the language to talk about life itself, its trials, its transformation and triumphs. It also allows us to locate ourselves in the cosmic dance. All right, so let's talk about your personal codes and cosmic reminders. Your birth number are not random. They are your cosmic blueprint designed to awaken you to who you really are. One of the most beautiful things about numerology is how personal it is. Yes, there's cosmic layers, but there's also a you layer, a soul-specific frequency that you came here to embody, experience, and express. This is where we enter the realm of personal numerology. Your life path, your expression number, your soul urge, your birth date, and more. These aren't random. They are divine signatures chosen by the soul before incarnation. Each number in your chart is like a tuning fork. It carries a lesson, a gift, a vibration. You're here to master and radiate. And the more consciously you live with that code, the more aligned your path becomes. But the universe doesn't just speak to us through our chart. It's constantly communicating to us through number sequences. You know, those repeating numbers you might see like 1111, 333, or 777. That's not just coincidence. That's frequency meeting consciousness. You can, when you start seeing repeating numbers, Spirit is saying, you're tuning in. Keep listening. Let's break down a few of these common sequences, right? So I'm going to just run through the most common ones, 1 through 9. When you see the triple digit 1, it's a portal of opening, okay? Your first thoughts are magnetic. This is about setting intention and with clarity. If you see 222, trust the process. It's about relationships and balance and being activated. 3, your guides are close, okay? It's your angels, whatever you want to call them. Express yourself, okay? Align with your body, soul, and mind. 4, you are protected. Build your foundation. Start grounding in faith. 5, when you see 555, that's big changes ahead, okay? And that means also to embrace the change that's about to come. 666 realigns with your heart. Don't fear this. It's not about evil. It's about balance, okay? And 777, you're in divine alignment. Deep spiritual upgrades are happening. 888 is about abundance is flowing, aligned with integrity and empowerment. 999 is completion. This is about letting go and preparing for a new spiritual chapter. Okay, when you begin to see life this way, everything becomes a dialogue. Your life becomes a co-creation with the divine, and numerology becomes your translator. Okay, so real quickly, let's talk about numerology as a portal to 4D and 5D. Okay, 3D is linear time, physicality, ego identity. 4D is time bending, emotional healing, heart awakening. And 5D is unity consciousness, quantum intuition, divine co-creation. So let's bridge numerology to this evolution. When we align with our number code, like our life path, our destiny, and or personal year, we begin to live in harmony with the cosmic flow, not resisting it. Numbers can serve as a multidimensional keys, helping us to move from ego to essence. We're in a time of great remembering. Humanity is shifting constantly and energetically out of dense 3D survival and into more fluid, intuitive realm of 4D and 5D awareness. But what does this mean? And what does numerology have to do with it? So let's break it down. So 3D is structure, right? It's physical, linear, cause and effect. It's where most of us are, where we live most of our lives in this state, right? So in 3D, the self is defined by what it does, what it owns, or how it seems. It's a necessary level. We learn boundaries, time, action, and identity. But it can also be very heavy because it can be rooted in fear, scarcity, ego, and separation. 4D is transition, okay? It's the emotional body, the bridge, the awakening. In 4D, time begins to soften, okay? Emotions rise to the surface for healing. Synchronicity increases. Intuition opens. We start to recognize ourselves as more than just flesh and bones. We begin to feel energy. It's also where the shadow shows itself, so we can integrate and not escape. 5D is unity consciousness. It is where the soul leads, where the soul actually does the leading. It's not an escape from life. It's living life in alignment with soul's wisdom. In 5D, we co-create with source. We live in compassion, flow, sovereignty, and trust. Here, we understand that everything is energy. Every thought, every intention, every frequency is creating our reality. So, where does numerology come in? Numerology is the dimensional key. Each number frequency holds a specific vibrational doorway. And depending on how conscious we are experiencing that number in 3D, 4D, or 5D form. Let me give you an example. So the number 1 in 3D might be, I have to do this all alone. Where in 4D, I'm healing my identity. Who am I beyond my roles? In 5D, I am a divine spark of creation. I stand in my sovereignty and co-create with the universe. Okay, so another one. Say the number 6. Okay, in 3D might manifest as people-pleasing or overly responsibility or having too much responsibility. In 4D, I'm learning boundaries. I'm healing my relationships to love and self-worth. In 5D, I'm offering sacred service from overflow, not obligation. I radiate unconditional love with healthy energetic sovereignty. So each number invites us to evolve, to move from contraction to expansion, from separation to remembrance. Numerology isn't a system for reading personality traits and planning a good day for a business launch. Those things are absolutely great, and it does help with that wonderfully. But it's a living spiritual map that aligns us with a higher timeline and a deeper soul purpose. When you understand your soul code, you start to see your life through the lens of energy and intention. You stop fighting the cycles and start flowing with them. That's the portal. That is the actual gift. So, what do we do with all of this? We remember that we are multidimensional beings living in a vibrational universe where numbers are more than tools. They are guides, companions, frequencies that awaken us to deeper truth. We are not here to figure it all out in our mind. We are here to feel it, live it, spiral through it. And each time we do, you expand your soul's light a little bit more. This is the cosmology of numerology, a sacred pattern, a living spiral, a soul map that helps us remember who we are and why we came and how we rise. So wherever you are on your path, whether you're just starting to notice numbers or have been working with them for years, trust that you're on the right time. Your soul speaks in symbols. The universe, believe me, is always speaking back. If this episode resonated with you, I invite you to share it, leave a comment or review, and come connect with me. You can learn more about your own soul code at my website, www.numerologywithkendra.com, or contact me by email at numberswithkendra@gmail.com, which you should find in the description box. And if you're ready to dive deeper into your personal numbers or explore how numerology can support your awakening, stay tuned because we have so much more to explore together. And until next time, keep spiraling upward, keep listening, and keep trusting the code of your soul.